The next piece we're working on is April, March. So again, here we have two parts in each system, the top part again being your part, the student's part. Before we start, you want to take a look at the basic layout of the notes. So if you look at the student's part, you'll notice that the rhythm in each line is exactly the same. Starting with the rhythm, we're going to tap out the notes, again out loud saying the count, but we're only going to do the first two lines or first two systems because the rhythm is the same all the way through. I'm going to give you a count of 2 like before, saying ands for the 8th note pattern. Tap on the guitar and count the notes out loud as we tap. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 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 Here are each of the notes that we're going to be singing. The G or Do. Do, do. And then D or So. So, so. And then our new note Re, which is the A. Re, Re. And Mi. Me, me. You notice that note's a little high for me. But here's the first measure just to test out our singing with the notes. 2 and. Do, so, do, re, mi, re. So now let's go ahead and just sing the first line of the student's part, the very top part in the song. And singing 1 and 2 and. Do, so, do, re, mi, re. Do, re, mi, re, do. So now we're going to visualize the notes. And again, you can touch the strings where the notes are, including the new note A. And while you're touching them, say the letter names of each note. 1 and 2 and. G, D, G, A, B, A, G, A, B, A, G. Okay, let's play that first line together now. And here's a 2 count. 1 and 2 and. Let's move on to the next line. So we know the rhythm's the same, so we don't need to do that step. So let's sing the solfege together. 1 and 2 and. Do, so, do, re, mi, do, re, do, mi, re, do. So then again we'll do the visualization. So you can touch each note as we say the note names. 1 and 2 and. G, D, G, A, B, G. A, G, B, A, G. Let's play that together now. 1 and 2 and. You may have noticed that the last 2 measures we played in that second line were a little more difficult. If you look above, you'll notice that there's a bracket and the word exercise. That's showing you that you can take out those two measures and play it repeatedly. Let's try that once. 2 and. A, G, B, A, G. And again, slowly. A, G, B, A, G. Now let's play that whole line together again. 1 and 2 and. Just remember that any measure or two measures or group of notes that you find difficult in a piece, you can pull out and practice. That'll save you a lot of time so that you're not playing the whole piece over and over again just to get the whole piece to go when there's only a couple spots that are difficult. Remember, that's part of my philosophy of make the weakest part in each piece into the strongest, and everything else will take care of itself. Let's go to the third line, and at this point I wanted to mention that there's a number at the top of the treble clef on each system, on the second, third, and fourth systems, and those are measure numbers. So those are very good for reference. So if I say measure 9, you can go to that very quickly. Let's sing the third line together now. And here's the first note, the A or re. Re. Okay, so let's sing that together. 1 and 2 and. Re, mi, re, mi, re. So, do, re, do, re, do. And now let's visualize the notes, saying the letter names while we touch each of the notes with the fingers. 1 and 2 and. A, B, A, B, A, D, G, A, G, A, G. And now let's play it together. 1 and 2 and. You'll notice too that on the music there are indications showing that the two groups of two measures can be played as exercises. Let's move on to the last line. Now it's important at this point to notice that the last line is the same as the first. So we're going to go ahead and just play the last line slowly. That's at measure 13. 1 and 2 and. Now that we've learned each line, we're going to go back and play the whole piece together. Okay, from the very beginning. 1 and 2 and. And. Very good. So if you had any difficulty with that, I recommend going back and going through each of the lines, maybe repeating the 3 steps and making sure you understand very clearly because the more you understand each element clearly, the more strongly you'll be able to play it and feel more confident with the music that you're playing.